Hello, 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 and welcome. I realize that it has been a couple of weeks since I have put out a video, and that is because my world has been crazy, and it's taken me a little bit to get back in the swing of things. How are you all doing? I'm so excited to be back in the saddle and actually creating videos. I recently put together a how-to content with ClickUp, basically, and it's going to kind of run through how to create a content library and how to keep it all managed and put together. So if you are interested in that, I will leave a link to get on to my mailing list. It is going out on March 1st. However, I will leave that it will be an evergreen thing. So if you see this video after March 1st and you still want to be a part of it and you still want to get on and watch through that masterclass, because it is about 45 minutes to an hour, no worries, it will still be there. And I'm super excited for that. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for that. With that said, let us talk about what I wanted to talk about today with you and possibly show you. We'll kind of see how that all works out. As some of you may know, I recently tried to overhaul my website, and I downloaded Elementor and needless to had to rebuild it. It was so frustrating, and every time I tried to do something new, it got even more and more frustrating and just would not work the way that I wanted to. And a lot of that had to do with not having a blank page to start with and being able to just add things and make it look the way that I wanted it to look. And so I have gotten rid of Elementor, and I have plans at some point to switch to a different builder, but for now I went back to Divi. And to be really honest with you, it's super disheartening, given what I had to do to get out of bed with Divi, but I also understand that this is the nature of things, and the entire reason I did all of that was so that my store could be on my website. And then I was looking at the analytics and nobody was seeing my store anyway, and so it's really a worthless thing to have. So what I'm going to do instead, and I just realized that I closed all that out before I copied all of the descriptions to move them over to Etsy, but I will have an Etsy store, maybe. Although I'm really thinking that maybe I might just put all of those things in PayHip and just call it a day, because PayHip doesn't charge me a per listing option. It simply charges me when a sale happens, and Etsy charges me a monthly fee and the sale, a fee on the sale. So I might do both. We'll see. The fees on Etsy are like 20 cents a listing a month, so it's really not like a ton of money, and I think I can manage that for a while and see how it goes, and at least it's on there so that people can find that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Currently, I have two freebies, the one I already told you about, and I'm currently giving my book away for free. I will leave the link for that also in the description. So if you are, this is a 60+ page guide. So if you are interested in that, go to my website. It's on the main page right now. And yeah, this is not happening for very long. So probably just this quarter. So through the end of March, you will be able to get that for free. And then the price is going to go back up. So I hope everybody is doing well. I'm back in bed with Divi. It's not a marriage made in heaven, but compared to Elementor, it is light years better. I just honestly don't have the time to learn enough coding to make Elementor work. And I really think that you need coding experience in order to really get that to look the way that you want. And in the process, I have started using Flowdesk as well. There are some frustrations with that, but so far I'm in a free trial, and so far it is light years better than ActiveCampaign, because I literally was using them side by side for a second and it was terrible. So I don't recommend that at all anymore. I think that if you are not trying to make your emails look super pretty with a bunch of pictures and things like that, and you just have straight text, it can work. But I like to have pictures, and I like them to be artistic and design like they need to be pretty, as far all I'm saying. So these are all things that are happening with me and things that are working. So Flowdesk so far, it's super simple and basic, but it's simple and basic and it works, and they have amazing templates that I am just floored by. So if you're interested in that, I do have the ability to share it. I'm not going to put an affiliate link in there, but if you are interested and would like to try it, I will get an affiliate link and share it with you, because why not? Right now they're still in beta, so this is a brand new program, and they are offering a 50% off per month for life. So it's going to be $38 a month, and I think it's totally worth $38. But if you sign up right about now, you'll get it for $19 a month. So that is something to consider if you are in need of a new email system, which I was, and don't want to pay ConvertKit pricing, which I did not. So let's move on. I want to talk about how basically we have started meal planning in this house because my husband wanted to kind of have better meals. We were doing a lot of hodgepodge, and my son and I were eating one thing and he was eating another, and not eating on the same schedule even, and it's been a lot of up and down, back and forth. And so we started meal planning, and it's going really well. It's super efficient. We are spending probably less money, although I'm paying for more of the groceries than I was, or I'm paying for more groceries because he's eating those meals as well. But he's also buying some of our meals. So it's kind of a trade-off. But it's going insanely well. If you're curious as to how I'm doing this, because I am also using ClickUp for meal planning. But I wanted to kind of talk about, like, what does that look like? And actually, let me take it back. I wanted to talk about this thought I had in my head for this week. And we've been meal planning for 2 weeks now. Good stuff, and I really think that we'll keep it up. I don't see why we wouldn't. But I need to stop playing with this pen. I started to think in my head, what if I were to plan my weeks and my week the way that I have been planning for our meals? And while the idea and the concept of that is something that I've tried before, it's not something that I've been able to keep up. Just because sometimes things change and my schedule changes at the last second and things like that. So it was just one of those things where how would that even look? And how do I figure that out? And I've started I haven't used ClickUp for this. The weekly schedule that I have shown you guys in another video, which I'll try to link here, or it'll be in the description box below, is not something that I've been able to maintain and do well. I am one of those people where this has to be stupid simple, otherwise I won't follow it. It has to be super stupid simple and super stupid easy to manage and not overwhelming. And what I was previously doing was both overwhelming and crazy. So here we are. What would that look like? Right now, I'm just doing it on paper. And to be honest with you, I start my meal plans on paper. Here's the meal plan paper, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we kind of fend for ourselves on the weekend. And then, you know, here's my grocery list and my budget for that. So this is how I'm starting my meal plans. It ends up in ClickUp, but I started on paper. But when I sat down and I said to myself, okay, what question do I need to ask in order to figure out my plan for the month? And really, the answer easily came to me, and it's here, I have it written down. What would I like to get accomplished this week? Just this week. I'm not making plans for days unless it's already planned in advance and it's a client-based thing. Because so last week in particular, one of the weeks I got like 4 hours of sleep that night, and I was delusional by the time I dropped my kid off and got home at school. Like, no kidding, could not, I was seeing things. I was so tired because I had stayed up. I had not gotten much sleep the several days before that either. And so by this point, I was done. And with my fibromyalgia, that causes everything in my body to hurt. And I've been battling a sinus thing on top of that. So it literally was, I'm going to come home. And I was debating between eating food and going back to sleep. And so I ate food and then I forced myself to sleep because by that point I'm tired. So all I'm saying is that I personally never know from day to day how I'm going to feel and how much energy I'm going to have. And so I have to be really mindful of that and not try to actually schedule anything. Or if I am scheduling it, it's like 1 hour or maybe 3 hours max of actual work. And obviously, if I had had a client call, I would have eaten and gotten some coffee and kept myself up until I was done with the client call, and then I would have taken a nap. But I find that if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm much more open and I'm much more able to manage my life. So I can't write down that I'm going to do this on Monday and this on Tuesday and this on Wednesday. It just doesn't work for me. So I start with what are my client obligations that I need to manage? And so I write all those down first. So that's what would I like to accomplish this week? That's there. And then it's, okay, what do I need to do for my part of the business? And so then I'm going to record that next. And then, you know, whatever and what have you. And I try really hard not to have more than 10 things. And it's also just life stuff, you know, do I need to run to the post office or something like that? So it's not just a business task list, it's a life task list. So I'm going to start with 10 things. Inevitably, what's going to happen, as you can see here, is things have gotten crossed off, but I've also added things on the bottom here. There are little notes and whatever. So I think the idea here, for me at least, is planning out, writing down, like we do with our meal plans. We write down the things that we would like to have, and then we figure out what days we're going to cook what. And I think that's really the key here, is what days am I going to have what? And making sure that that is super broad for me and open, but that there are a couple of things that are actually moving the needle forward with regards to my business and my life. Trying to think of what else I needed to tell you. Pretty soon, what I'm going to do is overhaul my entire ClickUp, and I'll show you how I'm doing this once I start actually utilizing ClickUp. I will say one thing. When you are out, because I use ClickUp and I put my grocery lists on there, and this week I did it differently. I put them as subtasks. So I put what I needed to buy at Walmart and what I needed to buy at Smith's. And then I put it all under there as subtasks. I'm not going to do that ever again, because I'm standing in the store and I'm trying desperately to make those subtasks go away so I can see what I still need to get from the store, and it wasn't working. They were just staying there, even though I had marked them completed. So I think because I was in the back of the store and my internet connection was terrible in that store for some reason, like I get hardly any service at all, I don't think it was updating properly. So going forward, I'm simply going to put them at, and even when I was outside the store and my bars had popped back up, it still wasn't allowing me to just scroll over like you can when they're tasks, to make them completed, mark them as completed. Oftentimes you can just swipe to the left and it will clear it out for you, or right. I can't remember which one it is. So if you are going to use that, I would just create a project that says grocery list, or a project for what you're trying to do. So that way, if you're out and about, or if you have an errands project, like for personal errands, like I need to go to the post office and mail back. We have a knife that broke that's under warranty, and I need to take it to the mailbox or to the post office to mail it, so that we can get a replacement knife. That would go into personal errands. So this is the type of thing and how you can maybe make that work. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. I'm so happy to be back. I hope you have a great day. If you are interested in knowing how we are meal planning and having a video for that, let me know in the comments and I will get that together. If you would rather not leave a comment and you would rather message me, you can do that via my website. So www.amberslocum.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and there should be a link to connect with me via email. Guys, have a great day and I'll talk to you all later. Okay, see ya. Bye.